What's good out there? We back. It's your boy, Paul Pickett Podcast. Another episode. Get this mic closer to me. I this is a Triple P Paul Pickett Podcast. You know what I'm saying? New videos will be coming every Wednesday. We always gonna start out with the NBA and then we'll end up with the NFL. Um, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Check us out on Apple, Deezer, Amazon Music, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and a bunch of other platforms. You could just Google Paul Pickett Podcast. You know how we do. Um, get my little pillows situated here. But first things first, man. We got to get into the biggest news of the day. James Harden to the Nets. 14 deal, basically including the Rockets, the Nets, the Pacers, and the Cavs. Um, the Nets, all they really get is James Harden in the deal, pretty much. And the Rockets got Victor Oladipo from the Pacers. The Nets shipped Karis LeVert from the Nets to the Pacers, and the Cavs, they got rid of a couple pieces that really didn't matter really. I guess just to put as a feelings, but the Cavs ended up getting Jared Allen and Torian Prince from the Nets. So now the Nets have Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, if he ever comes back to work. I mean, who knows? The average person in the work world can't just sit there and text your employees and say, fellow employees, and say, I'm not showing up to work without, letting your boss know, and I guess Kyrie doesn't think he has bosses, what you do, because every paycheck that's being cut to you, there's a boss above it, you know what I'm saying? But the Nets, it's championship or bust. If the Nets don't come out the East, it's a disappointment. It's a failure. Like, you definitely talking about the Clippers being like favored last year. Wow. Nets don't make it. Oh my gosh, they're gonna be. You thought playoff P or way off P. Paul George was getting you know get criticism. I'm gonna tell you the Nets are gonna be criticized severely if they don't win the championship. So that's the big news. James Harden to the Nets. He just put it out the other day, like, this can't be fixed. You know, said his team ain't talented. They're no good. They don't stand a chance. This, that, and the third. And the Rockets did what they had to do. They had to move on from James Harden quick, like once he put that out there that, it can't be fixed, it can't be mended and whatnot. Let's get to my next little bit of news I want to talk about. Of course, I'm a North Carolina native, Fayetteville, North Carolina. So I want to talk about Charlotte Hornets and the youngest player ever to score a triple double, Lamello Ball. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Lonzo was definitely not lived up to the hype of being a number 2 pick and what he did in college. I mean, Lonzo balled out in college, except for when he played De'Aaron Fox. He balled out. You know, he changed. I mean, he literally changed the face of UCLA single handedly. You know what I'm saying? But the pro was a different transition, and his brother went the route of playing in the pros overseas before going to the pros in the U.S. So I'm thinking it might have benefited him. I mean, like, LaMelo Ball is definitely the best looking rookie right now. He's averaging like 12, 5, and 4 or something. 12, 5, and 6. I don't know. But he put up a triple double. I mean, He rebounding pretty good for small forward and guard. Actually, he's rebounding extremely well. He could pass the ball extremely well. The only thing he needs to work on is really his 3-point shot and his jumper, man. I mean, he could drive to the basket. He could facilitate offense. So shots out to Lamello Ball. It, Finally, Michael Jordan got it right, man. Now I'm gonna get into like some disappointments, man. Like the Raptors, yo. It's time to rebuild. It's time to rebuild. Um, I know you gave Fred Van Fleet, nice contract. If I'm not mistaken, Pascal Siakam got his contract. But it's time to move those parts, man. Those contracts off to somewhere else and rebuild, man. I mean, like Raptors were literally, like third or fourth best in the league last year, and now they're just like they don't even look like a playoff fringe team. Like they'll even make the playoffs. You know, Losing Gasol and Ibaka, I mean, it just crippled them. It crippled them. It just destroyed them. I mean, because they can't win no games to save their lives, and so it was rebuilding time. Also, the Wizards. I mean, you had to get off the John Wall contract. I understand, and you picked up another contract that's not as good. And I hate to say it, but Russell Westbrook and Damon Lillard is worse than John Wall. I mean, not Russell Westbrook and Damon Lillard. My bad, excuse me. Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal is worse than John Wall and Bradley Beal. Like John Wall and Bradley Beal made it to I want to say the Eastern Conference Finals one year, or close to it. They were at least going to make it into the playoffs when they're healthy. John Wall and Bradley Beal, you know what I'm saying? But like this Westbrook and Bradley Beal thing, it ain't working out. It's time for the Wizards to rebuild. They need to move Westbrook out, move Bradley Beal out. You just drafted that Denny cat, you know what I'm saying? So you can start with him, Zerton, and you got the Rudy, um, whatever. I don't remember his last name, but you got Rudy. So yeah, you got three young players right there. You could kind of just start with. I'm just thinking Bradley. You gotta go ahead and move off from Westbrook and Bradley Beal. It ain't work. It ain't gonna work. You know, I mean, I don't know what to say. Miami Heat, man. Partially this is there definitely ain't no rebuilding on Miami Heat. It ain't definitely not no rebuild. Miami Heat don't even believe in rebuilding. But I think this is really just a matter of players being healthy. Jimmy Buckets he got the ankle, and Tyler Hero and Duncan haven't really took that leap that I expected them to take this year, being as what they did last year in the bubble. I mean, he did lose a few players. He did lose a couple players, Jay Crowder and Derrick Jones Jr. But for the most part, they probably just need to get Buckets healthy. The Nuggets, I don't know what's going on with the Nuggets. I mean, they did lose some players, but Michael Porter Jr. was supposed to fill that void, and he's hurt. And he, for the most part, he was scoring wise, maybe not defensive wise. Jeremy Grant is definitely doing his thing over there at the Pistons, putting up some nice points. So yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with the Nuggets. I really don't know, man. I guess it's just one of those years where, you know, like it's almost like a Super Bowl hangover, but it's a Western Conference final hangover. Like, kind of like the 49ers went to the Super Bowl last year and now they ain't doing nothing this year. And yeah, like I said, they lost a few players. There's a little turnover from the team, but not too much. You know what I'm saying? Not to where the Nuggets should be that pathetic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. They're looking pathetic. The Raptors are looking pathetic. Both of those teams were good last year. and they're nowhere. Wizards, I mean, I expected them to actually make the playoffs this year with Russell Westbrook, but man, what's going on? T Wolves. T Wolves just got the number one pick next year, and the T Wolves might be picking number one next year. They're like the worst. The Knicks are looking better than them right now. They're the worst. T Wolves are definitely the worst franchise in basketball right now. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know why they thought that Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell were supposed to be some difference makers in the West. Like D'Angelo Russell was he was an all-star in the East, but he's mediocre in the West, and the number one pick ain't even starting. So if you wasn't even gonna start Anthony Edwards as the number one pick, I mean, you might as well just draft Lamello Ball, man. He's clearly the better player right now, and he's not starting for Charlotte. So if you wasn't going to start the number one pick, which I've never heard of a number one pick not starting instantly, like in any sport, except maybe, yeah, any sport. I don't care what it is. Baseball, basketball, football, number one pick's he's gonna be getting PT right away. You know what I'm saying? It should be starting right away. The fact that the number one pick is not starting just tells you that he's not ready to even be a starter in the NBA. So like the T Wolves definitely gonna regret the fact that they didn't get LaMelo Ball. I honestly think the Warriors picked the wrong player too. I think they should have got LaMelo. They could have definitely traded off Andrew Wiggins. And if you got LaMelo, you probably wouldn't have had to worry about going after and getting what's old boy's name from the Suns? I can't even think right now. So early in the morning. Kelly Oubre. So you definitely wouldn't have had to go get Kelly Oubre. Yeah, man, I don't know what to say, man. T Wolves would be picking number one again. The Nuggets don't look too good. Miami, I think they'll get it together when they get healthy. Wizards rebuild. Raptors, they need to rebuild. LaMelo, youngest triple double ever. Don't forget to subscribe in that right hand corner if you're on YouTube. Also, you know what I'm saying. If it's on Facebook, hit that like. Instagram TV, hit that like. You know, James Harden to the Nets. I'm definitely interested to see how this is gonna go. Definitely gonna be exciting. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get into these Paul's picks. We got you know, NFL playoffs coming up this weekend, and whew. So we got the Bucks versus the Saints. Man, I feel like the Saints are going to win, but I'm rooting for the Bucks. I'm a Brady guy. So I'm rooting for the Bucks. I have a feeling the Saints are going to win, but Tom Brady and Antonio Brown are starting to get acclimated pretty well. Antonio Brown's scoring touchdowns like every game in the last 4 games. You know, it, they definitely could win, but I just feel like the Saints will win. But I'm rooting for the Bucks, Packers, and the Rams. Oh man, like Packers have been pretty dominant this year. But if anything I know about playoff time, a team with the number one defense or a dominant defense always has a chance of winning and coming out their side. So like the Rams being they got the number one defense definitely could come out the NFC. Any team with the number one defense could come out the NFC because you could hold the other team enough below enough points that your offense can just score enough to win. But Aaron Rodgers is a man on a mission. I'm going with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to win this game. NFC is going to be good either way. I mean, because next round you could have Aaron Rodgers versus Breeze or Aaron Rodgers versus Brady, man. Either one, I mean, is like it's good for the ratings. AFC, we got. Let me. We'll do the Browns and the Chiefs next. We got the Bills and the Ravens. This is tough, man. I'm gonna go with the Bills. I'm going with the Bills here. Josh Allen is playing extremely well. Picking up Stephon Diggs has done wonders for the Bills. Um, I mean, the Vikings got rid of him and they plummet. Can't even make the playoffs this year. I'm gonna go with the Bills, man. I mean, I like the Ravens, but the Ravens are not as good as they were last year, and they lost in the first round last year. And Chiefs, Browns. Damn, I don't know if anybody stands a chance of beating the Chiefs. It's like they could just go out. They could just, like let you get a lead every game and just. It's like they almost let you get a lead just to have some kind of competition. You know what I'm saying? Like just to have any kind of competition of the game, because it's like they can almost just come out and just obliterate everybody. So just let you get a lead and just come back and make it more challenging and more entertaining for them to just come back and win, with a lead, against them. But I'm rooting for the Browns. I want to see Baker. I want to see Baker and the Browns go as far as they can. But I don't think anybody can stop the Chiefs, man. They just have so much on offense. They just seem like they can score anytime they need to. They could get a first down anytime they need to. I mean, this is going to be a great, even during with COVID, man, and no fans in the stands. I have to admit, man, like the quality of, you know, teams left is real good, man. You got Saints, Bucks, Packers, Rams, they're definitely not looking good on the quarterback right now, but like I said, they got a dominant defense. You got Patrick Mahomes, Bills, Lamar Jackson. I mean, got a lot going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, whoever goes into the Super Bowl this year, it's gonna be some nice, solid, good quality competition teams. So that's what I basically got, man. I got Saints over the Bucks, Packers over the Rams. We're going Chiefs over Browns and Bills over the Ravens, you know. And next week we'll give you the picks after that, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully we'll go 4-0. Once again, check us out on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button in the right-hand corner. Facebook, hit the like. Instagram, hit the like. Once again, I'm your host, Paul Pickett. You see the name back there behind me, Paul Pickett Podcast. Let's move out the way. Bam. Also, don't forget to check out the New Little Apparel. Work smarter, not harder. newlittle.com. Check out my other site, promopalace.biz. My online marketing company, planetplaylist.com. And more. Follow us on Twitter, Paul P Podcast. That's twitter.com/Paul P Podcast. And you could Google Paul Pickett Podcast also as well. And you should see a bunch of links pop up that you could follow and subscribe. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, I'm your host, Paul Pickett. Check out new videos coming every Wednesday on the Paul Pickett Podcast. NBA talk, NFL talk. Pretty soon we'll start going live on some of our live streaming channels as well. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And I'm out.